Okay, we are in for a treat. Just take a look at this picture. This is sort of the appetizer here. But world-renowned cave photographer Robbie Shone frequently descends into darkness to see the world's strangest and most remote, and let's say it, beautiful places. He presented some of his works at Roy Thompson Hall yesterday and is here this morning to give us a preview of these images. Robbie, appreciate you joining us. You've also got another two shows of Roy Thompson in the next couple of days here. Robbie, this work, taking you underground into caves, am I right that you started as someone exploring the caves and then became a photographer of caves? Is that the sort of progress?
Yeah, that is true. I started as a photographer. Well, I studied fine art at university in Sheffield. Yeah. And on the course, when I was painting all these big canvases, I met a friend and he persuaded me to go down a cave and take up caving. Okay. Reluctantly, as you can imagine, I went in the underground with him and a small team. And literally, it was like love at first sight. Mm-hmm. I was mesmerised by the space, the underground world, the exploration, the lure of the unknown, that blackness, not knowing what's around the corner. And I wanted to make my art inside the caves, but it wasn't practical to paint the pictures down there. So at that point, I kind of put down the paintbrush and picked up the camera because it was more practical to make photographs in the caves. And where you've come, your picture, not this one, but one of the pictures we've been showing, is on the cover of National Geographic this month. This is it right here. It is a stunning photo. If we could zoom in and you could see a bit more, but tell us about this picture and tell us just what this means to you as a photographer, especially someone who focuses on caves. Yeah, so this picture was taken during the summer this year. We were working with a team of researchers from Teesside University in England, led by an American girl, Dr. Lisa Baldini, and she and her team are studying speleothems, so stalagmites that form inside the caves, and they have a climate record of when they were being formed, storing all the information about the climate. And this team are working in the caves in Gabon to try and answer questions about the climate and the rainfall patterns of the past, which then they can then hopefully use that information to predict the future. And I was there as part of a National Geographic Society grant that Lisa won, to carry out this work. And yeah, one of the pictures caught the eye of the magazine team, and it ended up on the front cover of the magazine. I mean, it's a stunning image, but then the bat that's sort of photo bombing it, right? I mean, that you had to, when I read your Instagram caption about that, I hadn't noticed the bat at first, but it's pretty remarkable. So let's talk about some of the challenges of taking pictures in caves, which of course are basically in darkness. How do you do it? How do you work the light? How do you use what's available to you? Yeah, so you're absolutely right. Caves are the darkest place on Earth. There's no light down there at all. And we have to carry in all of our own lighting equipment to illuminate the space. And although that sounds quite straightforward, it's more of the skill is where to place the lights in order to show off the cave in its most spectacular form. At the start, when I started out doing this 25 years ago, I would just throw lights at the wall and it wouldn't look very 3D, and it was quite a flat image. But over time I learned how to move the lights around and throw the lights in different spaces, and that created better images. Yeah. And did I see in one picture, were you using a drone to light a cave? Or was maybe I misunderstood what that picture was. You might have seen a 3D laser scanner in the drone with the cage around it. That's what it was. Yeah, okay. It is pretty amazing. So you get to do see parts of the world that almost no one else sees, but you're sort of bringing them almost to the surface floor, shall we say, or above the ground. I also love the beautiful pictures you've taken in Iceland around the volcanoes there, and what you can learn and study from this, because your pictures really bring the realities of the past to the present, don't they? Yeah, that's very true. And the Icelandic project, which we only just finished, was unbelievable, because we're exploring some of the newest caves on Earth. So we're talking about speleothems that are hundreds of thousands of years old. These lava tubes are only a year or 2 years old. They're still steaming hot. Some of them are 40 degrees Celsius. So we need to wear silver suits and protective masks and breathing apparatus to go into these caves. Because the scientists that are working inside the lava tubes, they're studying microbial bacteria to try and understand early life forms. Amazing. Listen, Robbie, what a life you lead. Thank you so much for sharing these pictures with us, and good luck with your next couple of shows in the city of Roy Thompson Hall. Pleasure meeting you this morning. Cheers, Nick. Thank you so much. That was excellent. Okay.